The official release of Quarter Century Bonanza is quickly approaching, and we have a lot of really, expected market movements, to be honest. They just reprinted everything into the ground. First, I want to go over the full set list. I haven't done a video here in, what's it been? Like a week and a half. Mainly because I was waiting for more of this Bonanza fallout to settle more. I didn't want to go over something a couple days before the official influencer reveals, and only for it to completely crash after influencer reveals. So full set, I gotta say, this is a lot better than Rarity 2, I feel. Just in this core set, I'm gonna take away the cam here so you guys can see the full set. Just this core set seems a lot more well-timed. Like, we're getting Neptibus, Dragoons, Abystius. We're getting all these right as Mermail is getting support, both in Rage of the Abyss and in Supreme Darkness. Really good timing on that. The Dragon Maids and the Orcists. Here we have Laundry, Lorpar. We have Girsu. Galatea is in the main set also. Just really good timing with the future support that these are going to be getting. Mali, excellent pick. I felt like this probably should have been in Rarity 2 because they had brought it back to 3. Fabled Luri, yeah, that's fine. People need it for Fiendsmith. Deep Sea Devo is pretty good. Swap Frog's pretty good. Dragon Rollers, finally they're here. Elder is really well timed. Some of these 6am reprints like Kizaru and Hatsume and a couple of the spells. Flag and Corridor, I don't feel like these should have been in here necessarily. They're like one-ofs at most, so I don't know why they needed 7 different prints. Danger, Bigfoot, Altar, and OGR, I'm fine with that. Dragon Dark, this was kind of weird. I felt like they probably should have reprinted more of the Thunder Dragons. Protoss, we're fine with Protoss. Revealer, sure. Lord of the Heavenly Prison, really oddly timed one. Bishark is needed. Crystal Shark, not necessarily. Get on to the second image. Shuberta, fine. Howitzer, fine. Moonlight is good. Colossus is okay. Lieb gave us the alt art, as you guys can see down here. This is quarter century only. It's my favorite alt art in the set. Dracosac and Toad, those were needed. Phoenix was nice. I kind of wish they did Griffin and Cerberus also for the Nightmares. Shizuku was kind of weird because they just reprinted Shizuku just to print the alt art, which again is quarter century exclusive. Win, Area, and Dark. So since they only did 3 of the Charmers links, it's expected that we're going to get like a Bonanza 2 or a Rarity Collection 4 where they'll print the other 3 Charmers. I don't know why they did Area or Win over Hida. Like, Hida, I feel like that one really needed it, especially since the highest non-Starlight rarity was a Super out of OTS. Ballista was fine. SP, I feel like this probably shouldn't have been in here. All the tin reprints just shouldn't have been in this. Way too quick to completely ruin a product. Poly is fine. Monster Reborn should have been a nostalgia pool. I don't need to see this every 3 packs or whatever it'll be. 6am United is fine. Allure, fantastic. 1-for-1 alt, finally coming in. Summoning Curse and Heatwave, these were 2 that were kind of needed, I guess. Summoning Curse was a really expensive common. Heatwave also, just really expensive common / rare for Tenpai Mirrors. Fire King Island, this was kind of weird because they just gave this an OTS Super and now they give it 7 prints. Just they really seem to invalidate a lot of these OTS picks, like Diabellstar being an ulti, Fire King Island getting a super. What else was there? There was Ostinato is in here, which just got an OTS super. The other Mermail got the OTS common. Bismegalo. Yeah, Ostinato was OTS. Thrust being a tin print, same with Bonfire and Wanted. Red Eye's Insight was great. Ancient Gear Fortress was great. Grass was great. Set Rotation was great. Salamangreat Circle, that could have done without. Madolche Salon, Return of the Dragon Lords, those are okay. Branded Opening, sure. Rivalry, yep. Gozen probably should have been in here too, though. Cursed Seal and Grave, I was really glad to see these in here. Cursed Seal's highest rarity was like a common, and Grave, it did have an ulti out of Raging Battle, but the most recent print was a super out of OTS. But the real meat is when we get into the nostalgia pool. Now, there are so many good picks here, but the problem is the set size. It's 200 cards for this sub pool, and they're only available in one slot in every pack, which means you're getting 24 out of the potential 400 per booster box. It's just very, very unlikely that you're going to get anything that you actually want. Like, knowing my luck, I'm going to get Maneater Bug, Flute of Summoning Dragon, and, like, Magical Hats or something. You know what I mean? Graceful Charity is fantastic. Card of Safe Return, fantastic. Premature, Heavy Storm, Cold Wave. Upstart, I wish was in the core set, but whatever. Morphing Jar, awesome. Jinzo was great. United We Stand Mage Power, I really liked seeing that in there. Just so many, like, actual good cards, which I can't say I was expecting out of Konami. Dimension Fusion, Stein was great too. Return from the Different Dimension. Like, so many of these are banned cards, but they're banned because they were used. They were so good in these past formats. And it's just really nice to see some of these get reprinted finally. Pot of Avarice, I feel like this probably should have been in the core set to match the other pots being in seven different rarities. Di-Fi and Macro, I feel like probably should have been in the core set also. Just Disc Commander, I don't know why that's in there. I guess I don't know the lore behind that. Dark Bribe, I wish was in the core set also. What else do we have here? Substitute. I do like seeing Substitute get a quarter century. So now since Swap Frog is getting quarter century, they did leave out Dupe Frog, which I do want to touch on here later. But yeah, just look through this. Toon BLS was kind of weird. The ones that really kind of ticked me off, though, were Dual Tower, Dual Academy, and On Your Mark, Get Set, Duel. I know they did this because, you know, it's the Kybercore Tower, it's the GX Island, it's the setting, it's like Turbo Duels from 5Ds. They're just, like, anime accurate, I guess. So that's the only reason they printed these. But a lot of really good picks, in my opinion. There will be some that will feel a little awful to pull, but I feel like most of the time you're going to get something that you can at least use in a Legacy format, or you can use as trade bait yourself. What are some of the cards that you guys feel like missed out of Bonanza? We're going to go over some of the impacts on the market here. Just kind of see how things have fallen out. There's so many different things that have been impacted, especially the tins. Definitely do not go for 2024 Megatins, the dueling mirrors. They are not worth it in any sense anymore. If you can find them for like $10 a tin, like, sure, I guess. But honestly, there's better things to be spending your money on. I will be completely and totally honest with that. Bonanza, if you can find it for like $90 a box, $100 a box, that's not too bad. On Whatnot, I think the lowest I've seen for a box was $125, which isn't completely awful. I want to start with SP. So as we know, the quarter century is not being reprinted because they said anything that already has an existing quarter century print, they will not reprint that same print. Like, they will not reprint a card that is already existing in quarter century as a quarter century rare again, which at least we have that confirmation. But that doesn't save the older Starlights and the old ultis and collector rares from receiving the rarity collection treatment. Quarter centuries on this are sitting about the 350 mark. That's not too awful for the quarter century, but we're expecting this to maintain higher-ish value, especially compared to the secrets. So OG secrets, under $25 now. And with the tin secrets, they are under $20. Wow, that was a very, very quick fall for the tin secret SBs. Hopefully, if you guys did get them, you were able to offload them before the before Bonanza confirmed that this was in there. Thrust. Ulti, this won't be high rarity anymore. This will get a quarter century, which most people will prefer. However, if you truly want like high scarcity, high rarity, OTS ulti still will be that. But most people are just going to prefer the shiny version. These are sitting $35. That's kind of insane. As more people are, you know, trying to offload these to get the quarter centuries, I could see these going down as low as $25-30. And that seems like a very good price for the ultis. The ultis do look really, really nice. Looking at the OG secrets, we have a set here for $25 each for LPs, and then, oof, 18, 19. That's honestly crazy seeing Thrust this low, and it's just gonna keep tanking, which is great. Look at this Ultra from Maze. Phew, just crashed. Again, under $20, same as the OG secret. And when we look at the Megaton secret, oh my god, these are $15-16. Crazy. Gamer's Choice has a wall at $16.48. S Gaming has another wall at $16.49. Yeah, no point in buying those anymore. Wanted. Again, quarter century is going to maintain being the highest rarity here, so this is likely to go down a little bit, but it shouldn't completely tank. These are under $100 now. We do have impending ban list fears with this engine. Since Flamberge is in Bonanza, Wanted, Diabellstar, Bonfire, all the Snake Eyes stuff just got reprinted in the Megatons. People are expecting a slaughter list during the next ban list, and Snake Eyes will probably be taking a pretty big hit, thankfully. Get it out of here. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing it, man. OG Wanteds. There is a listing here for 11 plus 99-cent shipping from a non-verified. Lowest verified, $12.70 plus $1.22 shipping. Otherwise, you can get a whole set here for $13 each, which is insane. Look at this tank. Tin Secret. These are under $10. No way. Gamer's Choice with a wall of 222. Let me zoom in a little. There we go. That's probably a little easier to see. Apologies. I always have this really zoomed out for when I do screenshots. Diabellstar. So Diabellstar now, it does have the ulti out of the latest OTS, OTS 26. But the quarter century is going to be preferred by, you know, almost everybody, because this is going to match the staples and every other card that's been printed in this damn rarity. And just think, we will likely have a Rarity Collection 4, and Supreme Darkness is going to have quarter centuries. And, God, how many quarter centuries are we going to have by the end of this? I think right now we're at, what, 600? 700? Something like that? Just too much. These are 145 LP. Playset here, 145 from a non-verified. Otherwise, lowest verified near mint is 161.20, and it's Gamer's Choice with 4. OTS ultis, these are $37. That's crazy. These also tanked very quickly. I remember seeing somebody be like, oh yeah, I got these OTS ultis. I'm gonna sell them for $80 a piece. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think you are, bud. Like, I don't think you are. You must be confused. This was confirmed to be reprinted in Bonanza, which was just a few weeks after the 2024 tins. So I don't think you're gonna get $80 a piece for them. Just crazy. OG secrets. These are, holy shit, $13. When's the last time we saw these at 13? I was gonna say probably around the time Age released. And yeah, that's... Jesus. It's so insane seeing this so low. And then the tin secrets, $10. $11? God damn. Bonfire CRs. $35. Holy hell. That's a tank if I ever saw one. And just think these were like 200 plus at one point. Damn. Yeah, and this kind of graph is just really concerning. This is kind of why you should try to stay away from high rarity and just offload it as soon as you can. Just because most of the high rarity stuff nowadays is not safe. It will be reprinted and it will crash. Just like with these, if you bought them on release for 200 plus and you held them this whole time, you practically lost $600. I mean, $500. You could still sell the set for $100, I guess, but yeah, you still lost $500 plus. Especially if you didn't end up winning any like prize support out of the playset. Bonfire out of Maze, original Ultra, less than $10 now. When we pop over to the tins, $6, $7, $5.72 plus shipping, $8. That's crazy. Just seeing these very high power, high impact cards being so low in value just because of rarity collection coming along. Super Poly, we knew this was going to be in here for quite a while. The quarter century being this low is kind of crazy, honestly. I didn't know it fell under 100, let alone as low as 85, with a LP copy here at 65. Honestly, that 65 one might be tempting to look at if you don't care about LP, depending on how bad the images are. Yeah, 85 to 90 for the quarter century Super Polys. I want to look at some of the other lower rarity prints of this. Let me switch this back high to low. Some of the lower rarity. So the secret is $5 out of Monster's Revenge. It's not too awful. Dudes are like 4 to 5 to 6. Yeah, 4 for LP, 4.5, 5. Yeah, so these are still about $5 a piece. I think at one point those were like 15s. I think I bought mine at 8 or 9 each. Way back when. So I'm gonna be glad to get the PURs of the Super Poly and all these other cards. Kizaru's, these obviously tanked. It was a solo print. That was the only reason it was really expensive. OGs are gonna run you about $20 now. Definitely just do not buy these at all. Just go get the rarity collection secret. Same thing here with Hatsume. Yeah, don't get these. They were only expensive because it was a solo print. You can see before the actual support came out, these were still sitting about $7-ish. Hell, I think I saw them as low, yeah, $3, $4, $5. And then support got announced, they jumped, and then it fell, and then it slowly started upticking in the weeks prior to the Rage of the Abyss release with the new 6am support, and then it peaked, and then rarity collection hit. So, yeah, don't get these. Just wait the few days. 6am United. I wanted to, in particular, look at the Spirit Warriors print here, because this is one of the few foils of this. These are like $1. Again, not worth it. It's gonna get a secret. Kizan OGs out of Stormer Ragnarok. These are sitting about 5s. So these are not too bad, I guess, but again, I'm pretty sure this is one of those that was in the core set, if I remember right. Let me go... Actually, let me double check that. I can't remember if it was core set or the nostalgia pool. Where can we see that? I think it was nostalgia pool, if I remember right. Let's see. Grandmaster. Where is Kizan? I wanted to say it was nostalgia pool, but I'm not seeing it pop up here. Oh, here it is. Here's Kizan. So yeah, Kizan's nostalgia pool. So this will not be as easily accessible. However, it is still getting 2 higher rarity prints than super rare. So just something to kind of watch out for. If you just want the cheap copy, go for the supers. However, if you do want the bling, you will have to pay a premium for the Plat Secret or the Quarter Century. Spirit Warrior Super, again, is like $3, $4. I think these got as high as 7 or 8 on both this and Storm of Ragnarok prints. Maybe I'm tripping. I thought I saw them a little higher. Abyss Pikes. These are very, very, very gone. If you can find these in a bulk bin somewhere, these Abyss Rising rares, definitely pick them up because they're worth money. The Astropack Supers are gone. As soon as the Bonanza reveals came out and this was not in there, people immediately went out and bought these out, which makes sense because you need... Most profiles that I've seen have been running 3 of this, just because it's such a good card. Biscayos also did not receive the reprint. This is being ran at 1 to 2. This does have an ulti, however this is going to be your cheaper print, and your cheaper print is going to be $55. Wow. You want to pay $55 for Biscayos? I sure as hell don't. Hopefully it's going to be in like an OTS sometime in the future. Fabled Luri, Hack 1 commons. Gaming Co. Direct has a wall of 354 at $9.64 each. However, I really don't feel like any of those are going to be selling, especially when you can come down here and get them for $2, or you could just wait for Bonanza and get a foil for like 30 cents. Just makes no sense. Don't buy the common anymore. The Hidden Arsenal Super. This was one of the few foil prints that had this and like the weird DT out of Hack 1, and then it had the actual DT. These are like $2, $3 when they used to be over 10s. Clockwork Knight. This was kind of a weird reprint, but I mean, I get it. They just announced the Link 1 that works with this for Cyber Dragon that searches this out. So I get why they reprinted it. $9 on these. That's not too awful. However, again, we'll just see this keep crashing in the coming weeks. Ancient Gear Fortress, they finally reprinted this damn thing after so long. I don't know if I'm happy that they put it in the core set. I really just feel like an OTS common or an OTS super would have been good for this. But I am really happy for all the Ancient Gear players. We have a fella at Locals who really, really loves the Ancient Gears. Shout out Eric. I know he was very happy to see this, and Ancient Gear Golem in the Nostalgia Pool, and Howitzer, and Ballista in the core set. Like, Ancient Gear players, man, they got a lot of rarity upgrades now. Set rotation. I was actually looking at getting a super of this like 2-3 weeks ago, and I was like, I'll just run a common for now. I don't need the foil that bad to go pay $10 a piece for these or whatever they were. Yeah, like $9. I'm like, yeah, I don't need it that bad. I'll just play the common. And thank God I didn't get it, because this is in the core set. So now I can get a nice PUR. If you don't know, this is sometimes played in the Millennium Exodia decks. You activate this, you get your Wedju Temple, and you set Secret Village on their field, on your opponent's field, and then they can't activate field spells while a field spell is currently set. So like I can flip Wedju and do my searches, but to get rid of their field spell, they have to flip their field spell, which if they don't control Spellcaster, then they're locked out of spells. So they can't even play the field spell anyway, so it's just a nice little tech choice that you can run. Red Eye's Insight, thank God this finally got reprinted in something higher than a rare. This common was just ridiculously expensive for so long. Same with the rare out of Invasion Vengeance. This was one of those that definitely needed the reprint. I have a OCG ulti of Red Eye's Insight, and it looks so beautiful. I'm really excited for the PUR. Substitute. Now, since this did get printed in the Nostalgia Pool, Substitute secrets out of Terminal Revenge are $2. This is something to really keep an eye on, because I feel like not everybody is going to want to go to the Platinum Secret or the Quarter Century. They're going to want to get the secrets, because Swap Frog now comes in secret. Dupe Frog, highest rarity is still OTS Super. I really feel like, yeah, they could get, quarter century with this, and it would match Swap Frog, but then Dupe Frog's left out. Unifrog is still a common, too, so I feel like these secrets are going to be something to really keep an eye on in the coming weeks, because if these hit any lower, just pick up a set. These are so nice to have. Just, you could go play Edison. Just get a set. If these hit like $1, I'm gonna buy a handful of them just to kind of have on hand. Upstart. Now, I had originally predicted this for Rarity 2 for the core set. Oh, I can't say I expected it for the Nostalgia Pool of Rarity 3. But this has kind of affected the Ultra and the Secret Slayer Super. I'm not really happy with either of these prints. I think I'll still run my OG MRL first eds. Because I don't want to get the Ultras, I don't want to get the Supers, don't want to get the Turbo Pack Supers, and Quarter Century, I feel like that's one of those rarities that you need to just max out your deck with it, and then it, fits the theme, but who knows, maybe if the Platinums are a couple bucks, I'll get Platinums, but for now I'm fine with my MRL first eds. Speaking of the Ultras, these are sitting like under $10 now, which is pretty nice. They were for the longest time like 11, 12 if we filtered just by near mints. Near mints were like up to 15 at one point, and they're slowly coming back down. Heavy Storm getting the Nostalgia Pool print. I was expecting this to be in the main set, just because it's at 1 in OCG and in Master Duel. It's just a matter of time before it comes back for TCG, right? Granted, we thought the same thing with Glow Up Bulb, which is also in the Nostalgia Pool. We thought the same thing with MX Saber Invoker, which still has not come back for the TCG. So who knows what they're thinking with some of these cards that they've already freed up on other lists. The Ultras from Yugi's and Joey's World, these are... God, did they really tank this bad? That 250 near mint? Okay, damaged. Okay, thank God. Still like $5 for the Joey's World. Kind of crazy. I have the... Which ones do I have? MRD Supers? Yeah, these ones. I have OG MRD Unlims. Say Magic card. I really like the coloring of the older cards. But yeah, this thing has like an infinite amount of prints, so yeah, sure, it's fine getting a quarter century. Dimension Fusion is one that really needed just any sort of extra copies out there in the market. This 25th anniversary print helped a little bit. However, it kind of just maintained the same price as the original IOC. So this was nice to see get a reprint. However, I do wish it was a little more accessible. Who knows, maybe people can go back and play some GOAT with this. Card of Demise, this one made me really happy. However, I do wish it was in the core set so I could get PURs. But this should drive down the price on this secret. Do I have the secret pulled up here? I do. So secret Legendary Collection Kaiba, these were like close to $10 for a while. Scroll down. $3.50 for LP first. I'm like pretty happy about that. If these hit like $1 or hell, even if they hit like $2, I'll just get a secret, man. I have the Millennium Pack Ultra. I have a Dupo Ultra. And this is at 1 anyway, so it's not like $2 is gonna make or break anything. Moving on from Rarity Collection. Impulse. This is still a $70+ card. Just this card continues to see insane amounts of play just because of how insanely good this is. In most decks, you can work around this restriction of light, earth, and wind monster effects. Oh, you can't use them for the rest of the duel? Like, oh wow, I can't use Nibiru. Most people weren't using Nibiru anyway because of Yubel being around, like Phantom of Yubel, just being able to turn that off, so that's not too big of a deal. Droll. Okay, I can't Droll. who's playing Droll. Or Earth, like, oh hey, I face a Mimighoul player. Now I just get all the free special summons, and because I can't activate their effects to do their negative effect and then return them back to the opponent. So Impulse is just a very, very good hand trap. Even Purge is still pretty good. Just Impulse, I feel, is a significantly better one of the two. With Snake Eyes, Azumina, Fire King, Snake Eyes, Azumina, Mermail being around, like, they can all very, very easily main deck this and not have any negative repercussions to it. Molcharmy Fuwalos, everyone's favorite. So you would have to use Fuwalos prior to Impulse if you use Impulse from hand, but that's fine. Like, you're going to use it before the Impulse anyway, so that's not too big of a deal. These are sitting about 120 at the lowest, 122, 124, 124. Jesus, 200. 200. They're gonna be 126 for a little while. That's insane. I didn't even know that that wall existed. 200 Fuwalos. That's actual insanity. Perulia, this is sitting about 65 to 70. Is there any massive wall here? Not really. These are like a couple play sets here and there, but that's not too bad. But yeah, Perulia and Fulos, if you guys are going to regionals, these should be on your list, or if you have friends that you can borrow them from that don't plan on attending, just pick them up. This and Fuwalos are just so damn good to have, just to apply that pressure and make it so your opponent can't make a full board. 7th Ascension, this thing is pretty much entirely gone. There's 2 listings on all of TCG Player, and actually let's refresh this and see if that number stays the same. Oh, there are 3 listings now. We did get one more here from a non-verified seller. Good lord. This is for the Ryziol, like, 7th Tachyon shenanigans. So that if you guys can find Duels from the Deep for like $30 a box, honestly, it's not bad at that. Or even less, like, pull like 1 or 2 of these. Even like one of these and fish Sonar, and you pretty much make your money back. Plus you get a lot of really neat water support. Rare Bahamut's too. Raging Phoenix is also really low on listings, since this also dodged the reprint in Bonanza. 19 listings here. These are $35+ a piece, quickly going up to 40s to 45s. Not too surprising. Fire is still very, very relevant, and well, it's going to be relevant as long as Snake Eyes is not neutered, so just keep an eye on this. Dupe Frog, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Supers are high rarity Dupe Frog. I would not be surprised if this ends up being in rarity 4. I feel like it needs to be. These are like $17. I feel like these went down, actually. Because I thought I remember seeing these at 25+. So that's good to see these at 15 to 17. That's not too bad of a price in my opinion. Machina Force also dodged the reprint. We got Gear Frame and we got Fortress, but we did not get Machina Force, so the only foil print of this card is from Yugi's World. It's a secret. And if we look at secret near mints, first at 27, on limit 29, you're going to be paying like $30 a copy for this. So one of those cards that's just, if you don't have the secret readily available, just settle for the common. It's going to do the same thing. Yes, it's not going to be shiny, but god, do you want to pay $30 when you can get the common for 50 cents? Just use some logic here, please, because as soon as this gets reprinted, this secret's going to tank, like, immediately. And then I want to end off here with Shining Sark. So, Master Duel will be receiving the Shining Sark archetype, like, very soon, I think. And typically when a new deck hits Master Duel, people play it and then they're like, hey, I kind of like that deck. Let me go pick up the actual cards. So just keep an eye on everything in this archetype. Shining Sark itself for the secret is sitting about 12 and a half. We have some listings here at 11 to 13s. Just keep an eye on it because the Master Duel effect is very real. There are tens and tens and hundreds of thousands of people who play Master Duel, and they do have actual power when it comes to the markets. Like when Nouvelle came out in Master Duel, we saw a spike in all of the ultras, the table, the oh, what was the other ultra? God, I can't even remember the other ultra. There were like 2 of them, I think. But we see this time and time again when a brand new deck hits Master Duel. Just the people who only play Master Duel go out and be like, hey, I actually want the physical cards. I really like this deck. Maybe I'll go play it with friends at locals. So just something to keep an eye out for. If you guys made it this far in the video, let me know what reprints you're hoping to see in Rarity Collection 4. Let's skip over Rarity Collection 3, start talking about Rarity Collection 4 right now. Honestly, I already have a list of, God, I think it's like 8 whole deck lists on DB, just full of potential Rarity Collection 4 reprints that that we could be seeing. Literally already hundreds and hundreds of cards that could be in Rarity Collection 4, which, since they only reprinted 3 of the Charmers here, that, honestly, I am pretty sure we're getting Rarity Collection 4 in, like, April. Anywhere between March and May. Which is kind of concerning. I'm going to be working on my PUR master set for Bonanza. So, if you guys do get PURs and want to offload them, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Join the YGO Fresh Off the Press Discord. You guys can find the invite link in my link tree or in the description of the videos. Just hit me up. I'll be looking for 3 of every single PUR. It's going to be fun. I already have the master set for Rarity 1 and 2. Gotta do the same thing for Bonanza, and Bonanza 2 Electric Boogaloo when it eventually comes out. Thank you guys for watching the videos. Thank you guys for all the love and support. I do appreciate you guys tuning in every time we upload one of these videos. And I'm gonna go get some sleep. It's been a very long night. Gonna go drink some water. I recommend you guys do the same too. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care.